So you just bought or received the Oculus Quest 2, and now you're looking for some VR games and experiences that won't break the bank or force you to shell out a ton of cash. Well, today I've got a list of the best free Oculus Quest 2 games and experiences for you to check out. Let's jump in and check it out. We're going to start with the best game, in my opinion, that is free on the Quest 2, and that is Echo VR. Echo VR is a zero-gravity competition esports game that'll have you punching others in the head while grabbing a flying disc and trying to make it into the goal. This fast-paced sports game is a lot of fun, and you'll be surprised at how fast the hours can go by while you're playing this game. Surprisingly, from a comfort standpoint, it actually is a fairly comfortable game, but Echo VR is just an overall blast. Throwing around this Tron disc-like frisbee and trying to get it in the goal while communicating with your team and flying around in zero gravity is just a really satisfying and cool experience. The fact that it's free is just amazing, and it's one of the funnest games you can play online in VR. Next up, let's talk about Puppet Fever. Puppet Fever is a party game designed to be used in a local environment. So one person jumps into the Quest 2 while the other people jump into the application on their mobile devices. It supports up to 4-person multiplayer. There's apps on Android, iOS, and on PC. And in this game, you have to take one of the cards and act out what the card says, kind of like charades. There's lots of silly puppets, silly sounds, actions you can do. It is a unique experience in that those watching on the mobile device will see you moving around in virtual reality, and you'll be able to interact with the puppets, props, and all of the different sounds to create a scene so someone can actually guess what's going on. And it always ends up in laughs and just an overall blast. Next up is a massive game in VRChat. Now, if you've never experienced VRChat, I'm going to warn you, it's a very interesting place. There's a lot going on in VRChat, and even though the Quest 2 and Quest 1 versions aren't the best version of VRChat due to limitations of the hardware and the avatars you can use and see, it's still a huge world that you can check out. There are many free rooms, user-created content that you can go to. There's games you can play. You can go in and hang out with other people. This is an online multiplayer social experience, so it's designed to bring people together, even if that means bringing people together in a very weird way. I haven't experimented a lot with VRChat just due to the fact that it's a very odd place, and there is a lot of weird stuff going on in there. So if you're a little bit shy or you're a little bit off-put by some weird stuff, then you might want to dip your feet in before jumping full force into VRChat. Next up, we've got, in my opinion, the best option for those new to VR, and that is First Steps. First Steps on Quest 2 is designed to introduce you to VR and the mechanics you're going to be using in the different games on the Quest and Quest 2. Beyond that, though, it's a really cool experience just to jump into and to showcase friends and family what VR is capable of. It's a series of several mini games that allows you to mess around with mechanics inside of VR, and especially if you've never been in VR before, this is a great way to showcase the interactivity and what you can do and expect to do inside of a virtual reality environment. And I'll add to that in this category First Contact, which is a second experience you can do that is similar to First Steps, except it's a little bit older. There's some stuff you can do in it. It's not, in my opinion, as good as First Steps, but First Contact is another free option you can check out, which is great for people new to virtual reality. If you want a pet with no commitment and no cleanup, Bogo might be something you should check out. Bogo is another free application that allows you to have a virtual pet, and my son really likes this one. I think it's great, especially for those that are on the younger spectrum of those using VR and those that are on the older spectrum. I've had people on both sides play it, and they both really loved it. In fact, I actually really enjoyed it. Even though it's not a super long experience, it's still cool to have a virtual pet that you can pet on in the head, throw a stick for it to fetch, you can feed it. It's just a really cool idea. In fact, I wish that they would do this with actual animals. I would love to have a cat or a dog that I had to feed, jump into, play fetch with inside of virtual reality. Can you imagine a Tamagotchi virtual reality on the Quest where you just had to jump in every day to feed and take care of your animal? This is a more simplified version of that, and it's not super long, but it's still a really cool experience. Next up is The Under Presents. The Under Presents is really just a free demo of the longer content for the actual game. But it's so cool and so interesting, you need to jump in to check it out, because I guarantee you'll consider buying the full version once you jump into this free demo. The Under Presents is a very unique experience. It's brought to us by the people that did virtual reality, so if you've ever played that before, you understand what I mean by interesting. It's a multiplayer experience where you jump into the Under, which is an otherworldly multiplayer hub. There is some unique aspects to this game in that there are actual physical actors from time to time that come into this game. I'm not sure if they're still in there right now, but there have been different shows that they put on you can buy tickets to actually go see inside the Under Presents, including a recent Shakespeare show, if I'm not mistaken. Just trust me, if you have not tried out this game, it's something to at least try the demo. It is free, it's unique, it's really kind of hard to explain what it is exactly until you try it, because it's just very, very different. So give it a shot. It's free. It's on my list. I enjoy it, and that's about all I'm going to say about it. Next up is Anne Frank House VR. In this game, you get to visit the house of Anne Frank in virtual reality and learn from this small piece of World War II history. I've heard from several people that have actually physically visited the Anne Frank house, and this is a very realistic rendition and interpretation of the actual location. It's not an extremely long experience, but as a free historical and informational experience where you can explore these rooms, see exactly what it was like to be inside of this building where Anne Frank was, and even see the hiding place inside of that building. It's a really, really cool way to explore history. Next up, we've got Half Plus Half. Half Plus Half used to be a paid game, but they actually brought it down to free, which is amazing because this is another online multiplayer game that'll have you either playing hide and seek in a unique way where one person is huge and the others are small, swimming in the ocean. There are several awesome games in this experience, and they're all designed to bring people together and allow good, healthy social interaction. They really put a lot of time and effort into thinking up these games to create social interaction. So if you want to dip your toes into social VR interaction, this is a great way to do it in a fun, friendly, and playful environment. This next one includes a disclaimer from me, and that is Mission ISS. I've played this game several times. I have yet to finish it though, because even though I've been playing VR for a very long time and almost non-stop for over a year and a half, Mission ISS still ties my stomach in knots and gives me some motion sickness. So that is your fair warning when going into this game. This is a really cool experience though. From an educational standpoint, Mission ISS is awesome. You can spacewalk on the outside of the International Space Station, explore the entire inside of the International Space Station, even performing actions such as docking a ship to the actual ISS. It's something that is unforgettable, and it's so fun to play. Just keep an eye on your nausea levels as you play, because it's pretty easy in zero gravity to get flipped around and cause some nausea. Next up is another game that I think is one of the best games that you can get for free on the Quest 2, and that is Rec Room. Honestly, I've not explored Rec Room as much as I wish that I had, but Rec Room is one of those games that's free and has so much stuff going on, it'll take a long time to explore all of it, especially now that they're updating the game and adding in custom rooms that users have created on the Quest 2, plus Rec Royale, the Battle Royale style game, is coming soon, and they're adding in additional quests to the Quest 2 platform. There's a lot going on in Rec Room, from playing disc golf to paintball to questing to just going out and hanging out and playing basketball with some friends. I love the idea of Rec Room. There are some aspects of Rec Room that get a negative rap, including the fact that there can be a lot of younger people in there that scream and can be vulgar and just can create a negative social experience. There are some things you can do to limit that, including blocking people, turning sound off, or even having a safe bubble so people can't get close to you. Every time I've jumped into Rec Room, my best experience is to go in with people that I know and to have fun with people that I'm familiar with, and then you can meet some new people maybe that they're friends with. Honestly though, Rec Room is just a blast. It grows and it grows, and now with user-generated content, there is so much more to explore. I'm looking forward to jumping in and checking it out really soon. In fact, I'm planning on featuring a Rec Room video with the Quest 2 on the channel in the near future. Next up, for poker lovers, there are actually 2 poker games on the Quest 2, and they're both free. First off, we've got PokerStars VR. PokerStars VR, in my opinion, is the better of the 2 games, which has changed since the last time, because I've played some of both of them, and I actually think I prefer PokerStars VR now. Even though there's some crazy stuff going on at the tables, you can get different interactable objects and items, and it can get a little hectic and crazy, but you can also have tables where you don't have that stuff, so it's just playing poker, which is my preference, even though the other stuff can be fun. You can even play slots with a little slots minigame if you want to play slots. Plus, you can head to the blackjack table as well. And it's getting visual updates for the Quest 2 if it has not dropped already. PokerStars VR is just a really cool place to hang out with friends and play poker. PokerVR is another game where you can play free poker, and it's similar to PokerStars VR in the fact that you do play poker, but it's a little different in the way that it uses its mechanics and its gameplay. Both are fun, but I prefer PokerStars VR now, having played more of both of them. Next up, we've got the only hand tracking game on this list, and that game is Elixir. Elixir is the experience designed to showcase hand tracking on the Quest and Quest 2. And I have to say, it does a good job at it. I actually enjoy this game. It's one of the better hand tracking games, even though there are only a few on the platform. And the fact that it's free means you can play around with some magic, change what your hands can do. Honestly, my favorite is the Wolverine-like claws when you close your fist. But overall, even though it's extremely short, it is free, and it's a cool way to showcase what's capable with hand tracking. Next up, we've got another social experience in Facebook Horizon. Now, this is a game that is free, but it's not available to everyone. I'll put a link in the description where you can sign up to get access to the beta, and they're still on a rolling access granting basis where you might get access now, you might get it later, or you might have to wait altogether. But Facebook Horizon is growing inside of this social platform, and I've featured it on the channel a couple of times. You're able to check out some of the generated rooms by the Facebook Horizon team, but the best part is checking out user-generated content and exploring stuff with friends, and even making new friends. I've explored haunted houses with some new people and had a blast doing it. I've explored corn mazes. I've gone and hung out in a backyard barbecue. There's just some really cool stuff you can do. They've got different games you can play, places to hang out, plus a lot of creation tools if you want to get into creating, and it's really simple to get started. So Facebook Horizon is a pretty cool free platform. This next one I've talked about recently on the channel, and that is Bigscreen VR. Bigscreen VR is a free platform. In fact, it's a really cool platform. I sat in a theater the other day with my son sitting on the couch next to me, and we watched some TV inside of a movie theater with popcorn between us, by the way. It's really cool, even if you've got people in the same space, to sit in a movie theater and watch something on the big screen. But the best part is when you can meet up with people that you know, or maybe that you don't know, and watch stuff in a theater even though you're not in the same room. In fact, there are things you can do in big screen like watching TV together. You can hook up your PC and stream content. You can load content onto your device and watch it from there. And you can even pay to go to big screen cinema, which in my opinion is the best way to experience cinema in VR because the quality that they get from the stream when you're watching movies is really good. Now, they don't have brand new cinema movies as of yet. My fingers are crossed that that does happen eventually, but they have a library of movies you can rent, and even though both people have to rent the movie currently to be able to watch it together, it's still a really cool experience. Lastly, I want to mention a unique bonus item. SideQuest has a lot of free stuff. Now, it's not as easy as just going onto the store as of yet anyways. They will be hopefully adding an easier way to do this soon, but right now you will need a PC or a laptop to be able to access SideQuest, and you'll have to enable developer mode. I'll put a link in the description on how to do that if you're interested, but SideQuest unlocks a lot of free stuff. And when I say a lot, I mean this list is dwarfed by the massive amount of free stuff by a lot on SideQuest. There's just so much you can do on there, from free games to demos to experiences that are designed to bring you to new worlds. It's a cool place to go. It is a lot going on, and there's new stuff added every single day. So I had to put that on this list as free because there is so much to do on SideQuest. If you have not explored that and you have a PC or laptop, it's really easy to do. So I'll show you how to do that in the video in the description, and trust me, you want to check out some of the cool stuff on there. There you go. Those are, in my opinion, the best free Oculus Quest 2 games and experiences. Did I miss anything that should be on the list? Let me know down in the comments. Plus, let me know what your favorite free Oculus Quest 2 game is down in the comments as well. If you want to get the most out of your Quest and Quest 2, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there and the bell icon for notifications. Plus, you can check out even more of my videos right there. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and happy questing.